Hey y'all, I'm Cindy with Cindy Hearts Crochet Podcast. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Friday, August the 31st, 2018, and day 31 of Vlogust, the last day of Vlogust, I might add. I'm going to kind of miss everyone logging in every day or vlogging in every day and waiting on notifications for their new videos each day. But I'm looking forward to Vlogtober. I'm hoping I can jump in there and get a plan together and come up with some interesting ideas and things to talk about. But let's jump right in here, shall we? I did finish a couple of things and start a couple of other things and kept on working on some other things. But the first thing would be the Auburn doggy sweaters. I had finished the doggy sweater. You saw that. I had almost finished the purse. So I have definitely finished it now. I added the button and put the strap on. She did not want the strap to be as long as the others that I do, because I normally do like a crossbody. But she is a good bit taller than me, so I think this will be fine just to hang here for her. Things didn't work out for me to get it to her before football kickoff this weekend, because I was really wanting them to have it to wear for the football game, but they will love it when they do get it. And then I finished my pin cushions. I had another button here, and I don't know. Oops, excuse me. There it is. I just pinned these buttons on there because they matched, but I'm going to sew them on. Just don't know where yet. I don't know where I want them really. I can never get stuffing even all the way around and whatever. So I may put another couple of rows of single crochet or something above that to make it a rim. To make a taller rim on it so it doesn't look like the coffee is growing or something. Anyway, the bigger one sits a little more sturdy. But I still kind of want a saucer or something up under it. I'm not sure yet. I just need some time I need to stop starting so many things. I hear I'm not the only one that does that though, so I don't feel so bad about it. If I could just finish one whole thing before I started another would be great, but it's not happening. I also just pinned these buttons on here because they matched. I'm not sure. I kind of want white heart-shaped buttons, but I don't think I have any white heart-shaped ones, just those little blue ones. Hearts is my favorite shape. And then I did put a little rim on this one. I just put like a row of single crochet, and I kind of like it, but I may put another row. Now this one still also kind of stands up, but he's still a little topply, so I just need to figure something out to keep it from toppling. And I'm still liking the idea of a saucer, or if I can come up with something weighted to put in there. I had thought about like some metal washers or something, but then didn't want it to rust or get damp and rust or cause a mess in the pretty little thing. This is my favorite one, just because of the colors. And it was my first one. Oh, it was sweet. He's at the bottom, poofs down, and he's standing up better than he was. But I didn't want to put any color buttons on this to make it take away from any of the beautiful colors that's in it. So I have these little owl buttons that I'm probably going to sew on. I mean, you know, they really, you don't have to have buttons or anything. They serve no purpose other than just being cute. So that's why I wanted to do that. But I thought those owls would look cute on there. Okay, and then I also made a few stitch markers. I'm doing it, like I said, a couple of yarn swaps and gifting some things to people. So I thought this would just be an extra little personal thing that I did, you know, that I made. I'm sorry, I still haven't done my nails. I have buffed them though, so they're a little better. So there's a little shell, and then there's a little jewel. This used to be called Carnival Glass in Depression days. I don't know how to make it focus. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen those in Walmart. Yeah. And then I had just gotten like a little card of these that had like starfish, and I think there was a cute little fish on there, and that shell I showed you. This isn't the packet that had the mermaid on it, but anyway, I just thought that'd be a cute little addition to any gifts I might send out on my yarn swaps. I also worked on this fillet a little more. I had frogged one of these rows. I think it was row 28. I frogged it like 7 or 8 times. And I would even count the row before that, just to make sure that everything was lining up. You can already start seeing the butterfly in there. So I was checking the, I even rewrote the lines of stitches out, like it was in paragraph form. And I put each set of stitches like chain 1, skip 1, so and so times 2 or whatever, you know, that in parentheses and times 2, and then double crochet the next 5 or 6, anyway, whatever it was. So rather than have that in paragraph form, I even typed it out in separate lines, trying to go through it to see what I was doing wrong, and I never could find anything. So then I went back to the Cal website, and lo and behold, the stitch count was off. So it was different on the Cal website than it was on my written paid pattern. So I changed that, and everything was just groovy. So now I'm about 3 or 4 more rows beyond that. But I know there are several that wanted to do that pattern, or have talked about doing it. So, and I'm not trying to take away from the lavender chair or anything. I'm not talking bad about her, because I know that's got to be a big project, trying to get a pattern written and tested and everything. So anyway, if anybody does get that pattern, if you will, contact me, and I will give you the few lines throughout the entire thing that I have found, and that I talked to the lady at Lavender Chair, and I'm sorry I can't remember her name. Starts with a D, I think. I want to say Dorian, but I know that's not correct. But anyway, if you will contact me either via the Facebook group, or private message me, or however we can get to each other, I will give you those few lines that need corrections. Now, she did verify that, I mean, she is aware that some of the pattern has problems. I don't know if it has actually been revised on the paid pattern or not, but I just pulled up the Cal page today just to find that one line, and then marked it on mine. So I'll be glad to pass that along to anyone that does want to do that pattern, because that is maddening. Oh my gosh, I ripped that thing out so many times, and I was afraid of, like, even though I keep my hands clean and everything, but I was still afraid of it, like, wearing the, I don't know, wearing the yarn out or like making it look different than the other. Just keep on redoing it. But anyway, it's moving along again now, and I should be able to finish it a little faster now. Whereas most like authors have writer's block. I guess that's crochetier's block or something. I don't know. No, that was actually a mistake. But I just, it was driving me crazy not knowing. Now, I found a couple of lines in the original pattern, and I had already corrected those. But how I have made two and started on this third one and not had a problem with that is beyond me. I just don't know, without marking it. So anyway, moving right along, I started the fourth one of the butterfly. This is Super Saver, Red Heart Super Saver Petal Pink, and I've only got like the first 3 rows that are double crochet on that one so far. But that, the shower for that baby shower is September 16th. So I would like to get that finished. The first time I worked on the first one I did, I was able to do in just a little over a week. But that was a couple of months ago, and I wasn't piling my projects up at the time. I was still only working on about one thing at a time, maybe 2. Now I've got a lot. So anyway, I've got those 2 well underway. And then I have these little bird feeders that I made. These are just like little terracotta pots and the trays that go with them. And you just glue them with a little Gorilla Glue or anything that will, like an outdoors, will stand up to outdoor weather. Now, I will say that I didn't think about it, but you will need some kind of, there is something flying in my window, and I can't tell what it is. But anyway, I might take my repurposed, did you see what I did there? My repurposed fly flap and thwack it. You see those words on there? Anybody that's ever had these cheap little fly swatters knows that it doesn't take long to just destroy them. Just killing flies or whatever. So this is masking tape. There's not any bug guts or anything in there, I don't think. No. I hit it with that side usually. That's why the words are worn off. But anyway, so the words on there, anybody that knows or has ever watched the older Batman and stuff knows that the words used to come up when they would hit the other one. It would be like, thwack, smack, all this stuff when they went pow, pow. Anyway, so that's my redneckedness for the day. And 2, these things are flying around, and I'm like this, trying to kill them. But it kind of reminds me of Johnny Depp in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So I have to make sure these bugs fly by, just so you know I'm not like whatever Johnny Depp was doing in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So anyway, back to the bird feeders. Without killing so much time tonight, that's what I'm trying not to do. The original thing I saw, I think, was a picture, and it was actually a cup and saucer that was done like this. The cup was just tilted up and into the saucer. Well, I have some that I have made, and they are holding up really well. They have a handle on them where you could actually tie a piece of jute or other weatherproof type thing and hang it from a shepherd's hook or wherever you would hang a bird feeder. And you just put your little seeds in there, and they just spill out as they need them. The cups are larger, of course, so you need to tilt it. Make sure you like put it up on the ridge instead of down flat. But the only thing about these is that you need it under a covered area, or like here, birdseed has no chance because I live out in the woods, and I mean birds devour anything I put out there in like a day. But anyway, if the rain happens to get in this, we know how messy that can be with birdseed. So, but I think I'm gonna send these also with my yarn swaps or some gifts when I send them out, if there's room in there to wrap something that is possibly breakable. Like I said, I have done some of these with teacups and saucers. I do have some china cups and saucers, but I'm just kind of funny about those because, I don't know, they were somebody's meemaws one day, and, you know, I hate to deface sentimental things, heirlooms. But anyway, yeah, those are good little ideas for to sell at bazaars and stuff, or even just to give as gift items. Okay? So, this is like take 34, so I don't know what I have actually said and done each time. Oh, I did have a project that I've really enjoyed watching everybody's repurposing of items this week. Now, I'm not trying to take anything from them either, but it did remind me of another craft that I started and didn't follow through with, and it is t-shirt rugs. And in one of the takes, I actually had this orange one out of here and wrapped it during the video, but no. So you just take a hula hoop, and this is a white t-shirt. Now, since I originally started this, I have seen a video that showed me how to cut these t-shirts and then be in one continuous piece, instead of, I guess, like for people that want to actually crochet with stuff like that. But before I learned that, I had already cut up quite a few t-shirts, just cutting them straight across and then tying them together, so that's why there's some knots in there. And all you do is, however many spokes you want in it, this is just a white t-shirt, a neutral color or something, put that across here as what you will weave through. It's not exactly even. I've seen some people that had like twice this many, and therefore the weave just looked different. So, and then what you do is, I'm sure everybody's probably seen this or whatever, but there are a couple that have not, so that's why I was wanting to share it. Then you just tie, okay, I wrapped all of these, right? And I kind of tightened it down a little bit. And then when you come to the end, I just tie the new one onto the end of the other one. And then I'll just start weaving in between. You know, I'll go to the front and to the back, and to the front and to the back. And then, of course, we'll push it tight a little bit. Now, if I come to a round where, I don't think that is, but if I come to a round where the previous round is on the top as well, and I try not to go to the top with the next one, then I'll just put it through this and take it to the next side or whatever. And then you just fill this with ever how many colors you want, and you can either fill it up or you can make it small like this. And then you'll just take these off. You'll cut these after you get it full and this tied down however you want it. You'll cut these. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bigger than the bug that's flying around. There are screens on the windows, but I've watched too many scary movies in my day, I guess. You'll cut these, and you'll tie them. I can't remember if you actually wrap them around this. I'll find out, and then I'll do like a whole video or something. I don't know. You tie these down, and you just do it in square knots just to hold this all together. And then you just throw it in. I mean, it's just basically a rug. Now, with the knots and everything, like I've left in here, I've kind of pushed them to the back. So you'll notice that's where the tag is too, which I would cut off. But this is just a first one I did. The knots and stuff kind of help hold it on the floor as far as like not being too slippery. But I would probably add like shelf liner, that kind that's rubberized, that kind of looks like little waffles or something. I would probably add some of that to it if you're putting it on a hardwood or, I don't know, some floor that it might slip on. Now, I don't know how to cover the centerpiece, but like I said, this was just an experiment that I started, but it is a good repurposing thing that I thought I would share. And like I said, I will, that might be my first tutorial. I don't know. Anyway, I've got to get a working area, because right now I just have this space that I'm standing in right here. I don't have tables and stuff in here. I have plenty of all of it, but I've got to arrange things for it. But anyway, that's a good little thing for just a repurposing. So, and they're really absorbent, and them being t-shirts and everything, you just throw them in the washer when you, if they're in the bathroom and you get out of the shower on them and they get wet or whatever. Instead of, anyway, you know what I mean? Jelly bean. And then my agonizing, stupid part of the day. I started I did my second hexagon, or I have started it for my hexagon cardigan. Here's the first one. So with it getting so large, I started this other one. And if you'll remember my previous video, this is the one that I got like up to here on, and then realized the green one way down here had skipped a corner. So I frogged it all the way back, and now it's redone again. Well, this is all I have left of my gray. So I ordered more yarn this week from Red Heart, this Dreamy. The Chicken Fiber Flux is skinny, so she only had one round of each color, I think. I don't know. But also I had to order because I ran out of the aqua, which I knew I was going to run out of all of it, but I was going to go ahead and work it up to however far it went. So I get to work on this the other night and was going to try to finish it, and of course now I can't find it. I posted a picture of it though. I got to right. It's not going to present itself. Oh, here it is. I just knocked stuff off. Excuse me. Oh, I grinded that time. I did not mean to. I got to the end of the aqua. Got to the end of this round of aqua. And ran out of yarn. So, I was like, I am not ripping that thing back again. Which I wouldn't have had to rip it back far. But then, this is what I did. I literally ran out right there. So look, there is like 2 double crochets in green on my blue row. But if it had been more than that, I probably wouldn't have left it. But this is for me, so I'm not complaining. It was just, you know, that's one of those things. And I was like, figures. But anyway, so I ordered more yarn. Yay! And it came in today. And I was on call. After my day job, I was on call to drive. And I got a call to drive straight from work. So I went to work. Beautiful afternoon for driving. Beautiful weather all the way over there. Good traffic, everything. I went to Carrollton, Georgia and back, which is just a little short run now for me. It's like 4 hours round trip, and that used to be agonizing, but not anymore since I do it all the time. Anyway, so it was a good day, right? And then, or the first non-stupid day this week, I should say. So about 1 mile, I've been seeing this bad cloud coming from the south and behind me, like from the east, as I was headed back to Birmingham. And real pretty lightning, though. You know, it didn't look like, I know all lightning is dangerous, but it was real pretty. It was like oranges and stuff in the clouds. And I was like, the closer I got to Birmingham, I was like, oh good, I'm going to outrun it. It's going to stay south and back behind to the east. And I get 1 mile from the exit and the bottom falls out. I mean, it is storming so bad that I couldn't like park in a parking place next to my truck, in my work truck, in my delivery truck. I couldn't park there and just like put my stuff from this truck to this truck, just sitting next to each other. It was raining so hard and I sat there like 15 minutes waiting on it to clear up, and it didn't. So I got soggy, and it just kind of went downhill from there. But it was a good day till then. But that's why my dew is all, it's always that way though, isn't it? Frizzed and stuff. Anyway, so it finally slacked up enough that I put the truck up, turned in my paperwork, came back out. Still soggy. I mean, even with an umbrella, it was blowing so hard and it was raining so hard, it just soaked me. So I'm driving home, roads flooded, people flying and acting like they want to hydroplane and stuff. Which my old truck is just old and steady. She will go right through all that water. But I know how to drive too. I don't fly where you'll hit that water and hydroplane. I ease through it just like you're supposed to. Anyway, long story longer, I get home. I saw today that my yarn delivered, and as I'm leaving the office, my mama she lives just right next door to me. I'm always asking her if it's raining or storming there. I'll text her and ask her if it's what it's doing here. And at that time, when I left the office, it was storming like I'll get out there, and I only live like 12 miles away. And she said, it's not raining here yet, but I'm hearing a lot of thunder and stuff. So I get home, and apparently it rained in those 12 miles, and it rained really hard. And I get home, and I see hanging from my mailbox my yarn. Isn't that lovely? I mean, and it was in a bag, but hanging where it was raining down into the bag. So, again, since I have redone this video like 30 times, this has since dried. Well, I don't know if it's dried because I'm trying not to touch it much. The box has dried more. But when I got this in, the corner was torn off of it, just like that. When I got it in and had my little cry over it, because this is not your $2.94 Super Saver. I mean, it's not expensive on a expensive yarn level, but it's still like, it's $10 a skein, and I mean, that's not way expensive, but it's not cheap either. Plus shipping, I think it was like $40. So I see this, and I touch it, and I saw it wet, and then I get the bag out, I get the box out of the bag, and it is literally dripping water out of the box. out of the corner of the box with the tape on it and everything. So that is why the whole end has come out of it now. Now, why does Red Heart not... I'm trying not to rant here because it's the weekend, right? Why does Red Heart not put their yarn in, or their more expensive yarn? This is Dreamy, like I said, it's about $10 a skein. Why do they put their cheap and clearance yarn in bags, but they don't put their, like this? The last time I got it, it was not wrapped. There was no rain, but I thought about it then as why was it not wrapped before they put it in this box like every other skein that they sell. Now, I don't know, this is acrylic, so I don't know if this is going to have any effect on the yarn. Do I need to... What do I need to do? This yarn is so fuzzy. This is the one with a pretty heavy halo. I don't want to just throw it in the dryer. So, anyway, that made this day stupid too. Trying not to put my grumpy pants back on. And I think the main thing that has kept me from crying over this while I was watching while I was doing this video for the umpteenth time was just knowing, I guess, that, or the thing that was making me laugh inside, sort of, was just knowing that you know, as long as I have a shirt on, y'all don't really know what kind of pants I got on. Or, you know, whether they're grumpy pants or sleepy pants, blue jean pants, dress pants, or any pants. Nah. I'm just kidding. Maybe. Am I? Anyway, I hope your day was better than this. It is Friday, so that helps too. Except I'm working all weekend. I will work all weekend and Monday. I will be on call to drive. I do enjoy that. Except now that I think part of the box just fell off. Leave me a comment. Tell me what, if you've had this problem and how I should condition or dry that yarn. I don't really know what I need to do with it. Just take it out and let it dry since it's acrylic. I don't know. My mama suggested call Red Heart, let them replace it. That's not Red Heart. Part of it's Red Heart's fault for not putting that yarn in plastic. Even I put things in plastic bags when I mail them or ship them. I mean, I put them in like Ziploc bags. So why wouldn't a company that sells millions of skeins of yarn a year do something different? And why would the mail person, the last time this came, she put it on the porch. And it wasn't raining anyway, but why didn't she do that this time? Inquiring minds want to know. But still, it's still yarn, right? And it's still squishy. As long as it doesn't stink. Does acrylic ever stink? I know I've had some that had smells to it that was odd, but I wouldn't. I've only had one or two that actually smelled bad, and I think maybe they weren't bought from a store. I think maybe I just got them from somebody or a yard sale or something. But anyway, I'm hoping to get that straightened out with the yarn and get my hexagon finished this weekend. I really don't need all of that, but there should be enough there to make something else soft and squishy, because that yarn feels really good. And I have rambled on now for a little longer than I needed to. What I would like to do is wrap up a few of these projects. Mainly the hexagon. Well, that's mainly the hexagon and the 2 baby blankets. I would like to at least finish the soft pink and the hexagon this weekend. I still have my dragon belly that I'm working on, but it's going on its second skein or ball or hank. Its second yarn now. So it's about halfway done, and it's got some wool in it, so I'm hoping to just get to wear it sometime or another here in the South. But anyway, I'm rambling, and this video ended up being 35 minutes anyway. So just hope everybody has a good weekend. If you are traveling for the holiday, please be safe. I did pass a lot of cars hauling boats tonight. I also passed a lot of cars that had blue lights on the top and that might have had other people pulled over. So that's a good thing. It's always good to feel safe on the road. There was a lot of traffic, so I guess everybody's hitting that last hoorah of the summer. Where did the summer go? That's what I want to know. What did I do? Nothing. I went to a concert with my daughter. That was great. But I think I spent more money staying home than actually going on vacation. But that's okay too, because we had a good time. I just wish she was here to help me with these videos now, because it might not take me 35 tries to get one out of here. But anyway, have a good and safe weekend. Spend time with those you love. And don't forget to be the kindness you wish to see in the world. Love y'all. See you next time.